Hello, New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com here. It's the 15th of December 2020. Before we get into the album that we're going to look at in this reasonably brief video, if I may make the usual opening plea for a favour, and that's that if you would please subscribe to the channel. That'd be a big help, really would, and appreciated. Right, in this one we're going to look at something a little bit unusual. A band called Gandalfs Fist. Yeah, really, Gandalfs Fist. And their triple album, marvellous triple album, the Clockwork Fable. Now, a little bit of scene setting first, if you'll indulge me. Way back in the 1970s, when I was a teenager growing up and discovering proper music, the sprawling, overblown, grandiose prog rock concept album was king, right? I was in sixth form at school back then, and you had to look cool wandering into the common room. And back then there was no better way than to do that than carrying a copy of perhaps Tales from Topographic Oceans tucked under your arm, or maybe Journey to the Centre of the Earth, or Six Wives of Henry VIII, because Uncle Rick Wakeman back then was the undisputed all-weight world champion of the concept album. I mean, who else could do King Arthur on Ice, right? Amazing. And Rick still is to this day. I mean, check out his latest, The Red Planet, marvellous. Anyway, now we spring forward 4 decades, and I'll make a proclamation that Gandalf's Fist with the Clockwork Fable have dethroned Uncle Rick. This is a quite jaw-dropping, mind-bogglingly stupendous and outrageously imaginative triple album. Yeah, triple album, but it holds your imagination and attention from start to finish. You can easily sit down, listen to this in one listening, 3 hours or so, and it'll pass in an instant. It really will. It's remarkably inventive, quality, and say it might be 3 hours long from start to finish, but it holds your attention all the way through. It's set in a subterranean world, and as the story unfolds over the three CDs, all told very skillfully through both words and music, of the inhabitants of Cogtopolis seek to return to the surface, or do they? Right? Or do they? Because the populace of Cogtopolis, the world that Gandalf's Fist have invented for this album, have their world regulated by something known as the giant cog, right? It's slightly mad, right? But the cog is slowing, but the inhabitants of Cogtopolis can't work out why. And add to that, there are rumours of the surface being habitable again, but is that rumour or fact? Can they open the aperture to get back to the surface or not? There's all these things going on as the story unfolds. I say both a mixture of narration and music as well. And the music is quite something else. It's a jamboree of pure prog, crashing heavy metal, full-on power riffage, freak-outery solos, swirling keys, pastoral folk, all going on at once, all on a vast scale, switching between styles effortlessly along the way. It's a sort of, I don't know, evolving hybrid of Jethro Tull, Iron Maiden, Steel Ice Band, Rick Wakeman, yes, and anything else you can think of to chuck in there. But it's so skillfully played and performed and narrated all the way through. Particularly, I like the narrated and the spoken word acted parts. It's all really enthusiastically done and not a little darkly humorous as well. The spoken parts alone would make a fine standalone audio book if the boys in the band ever felt like doing that. And the way that the narration merges with the songs just adds to the overall pleasure of it. I mean, I would encourage you, if you get this, and I hope you do, don't be tempted to skip over any of it. Just immerse yourself in it, spend an evening, turn the lights off, put the headphones on, maybe a couple of beers, and let it float over you. Fantastic. Right? Even, who's sending me a text? Even current Progmeister General himself, Arjun Lucassen, and not even him and his Arion guys could come up with something like this. You know, even you say Arjun Lucassen puts in an appearance, as does ex-Wolfsbane and Iron Maiden man Blaze Bayley. So we've even got a bit of a new wave of British heavy metal connection going on here as well. I mean, the Clockwork Fable is simply phenomenal from start to finish. Some standouts are Shadowborn. Well, all of it. There's not a duff note anywhere. You'll love it. I'm sure you would. Just say get the lights off, put the headphones on, have a couple of beers, and just immerse yourself in it. A full-on listening experience, part audiobook, part progtastic musical adventure. The concept, brilliant, right? Lavish in scale, imagination, execution, delivery. I can't think of enough adjectives to do it justice. This really is something special. In fact, Gandalfs Fist themselves, you might not have heard of them before, but all their stuff is similarly excellent. I mean, I stumbled across them after reading a review of one of their other albums, and have then bought everything they've ever done. I mean, it's marvelous. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to get hold of, but as I'm recording this, 15th of December 2020, Clockwork Fable is available on Amazon still. And as always, there's a link underneath to the album on Amazon. If you're interested in getting hold of Gandalf's Fist's other stuff, that might be a bit difficult to track down. So I'd point you towards the band's website, because there's a shop on there that you can buy direct from. So I'll put a link to Gandalf's Fist website in the description below as well, together with a link back to the post on the website. I really would urge you to check this out, because it really is something special. So without further ado, I will close it off. Links below to Amazon and Gandalf's Fist and the website. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe before you go to the channel, and as always, take care.